Mentioned golf shirts last week. I'm gonna pass this list around again today. If you weren't here last week or you decided now that you want one, there's a sample in the back. It's a nice Georgia Stevens County red. It'll have the Rotary emblem embroidered on that. They're $25. So if you want one, just indicate there by your name, what size and how many. Okay? Start that over here and y'all can just circulate that. And I don't think I have anything else. Do I? Did you know what?
John.
Who's, you going to introduce John?
You can go ahead.
Well, John Taylor? John Taylor.
Is that all I get?
That's all you get. What do you want me to say? John Taylor is, Captain retired John Taylor. He's with the airport party.
That's what I told Tim. I said, I don't need an introduction. Everybody knows.
All right, good.
But anyway, we're going to talk about, they asked me to do a little update on the airport. If you've been here in the club long enough, I think I did one a couple of years ago. But we have some new things that are going on. But I might start off with, in keeping with Cam Parker's bad jokes. They always talk about. You know, I had an aunt one time, you know, I've been in aviation pretty much all my life, and she liked to fly. And so, back in the days when we were having a lot of bum scares, she was real lucky. She said, I don't know if I really want to fly anymore. I'm scared about getting on an airplane and somebody having a bomb. And I said, well, you know, it's pretty remote. She said, well, how is it? I said, well, why don't you, I have a friend that's a statistician, we'll just find out what the chances are that you get on an airplane with somebody with a bomb. So we asked this guy, and he said, oh, nowadays it's pretty remote, probably 1 in several million. She says, oh, really? Okay. She said, well, what's the chances of me getting on an airplane with somebody that has 2 bombs? Oh, he said, it's off the board. That's probably up in the billions. So that seemed to satisfy her. So I saw a little bit later, I said, well, are you still flying now that you've been satisfied with the statistics? She says, yeah, but I always carry a bomb with me when I go flying. That's Cam Parker joke. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about the airport. Actually, this is some of my stuff here. It's more for me than y'all to see. We'll try to remember what's going on. If you remember, many years ago, we had a project or a study called COA 2000. I'm sure a lot of you were involved in that. And at the time, we were looking at things that's going to occur in the community for years coming up in 2000 and on. And one of the studies talked about, of course, transportation and the economic development of the community. And one of the key things that brought up was about the airport. At that time, the airport was just a normal run-of-the-mill community type airport and had the average type traffic and people using it. So we started working on a plan. I joined the airport authority around 1990, I guess. I've been there a long time. And we started developing plans. First we developed a 5-year plan, then a 10-year plan. Now it's become a 20-year plan. But during that time, we've accomplished quite a bit to this airport out here. This is something that you should all be proud of because it is really it's a great economic impact to this community. You couldn't do without it. We have a film that I should show sometime that was made several years ago that shows exactly what airports mean to communities. You just can't get by without one nowadays. I can mention there's quite a few of the industries that are here that would not be here if it wasn't for this airport. And so we need this, and we're going to need it in the future. In Georgia, there are currently 4 levels of airports, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're a level 2 airport right now, we are. And of course the big guys, the Parksville, a few of them, they're level 4 airports, and they get all the money they need. We've been operating as a level 2 airport for many years until we started adding all our improvements. And so we've added everything over the years that would make us a level 3 airport that we could compete for the dollars to further improve everything. One of the things we first recognized was that we needed to do a longer runway. And so we started working on that and working on grants, et cetera, for the money because, you know, you're just not going to get that kind of money coming from the county or the city. And by the way, this is a city-county airport. It was given to the city and county by R.G. Letourneau back in the early 60s, around 1960. And it's one of the few city-county airports in the state of Georgia. Not very many. Most of them are either city or county. Most of them are county airports. But anyway, we started working on extending the runway. Now, this was a big project because, you know, one of the advantages of this airport location is that it's in downtown Decatur. One of the disadvantages of this airport is it's in downtown Decatur. So, you know, where are you going to go? There's not a lot of room for expansion. Fortunately, our two approaches to the main runway do not come over much of build-up, a lot of buildings, etc. But anyway, so we started working on getting the runway extended, and the first thing we had to do was move the road. This was a major project to move that road out there at Tudorlow Street. And Dylan Morris, I'm sure he was here, we're involved in all that. Of course, you got to move all your utilities, etc., etc. But we managed to do that. We got grants to do that, and so you go out there now and you can see how the road is all messed up. Everybody blames that on me, but that's the only way you can do it, is to move that road to extend that runway. But anyway, we got the road, and once the road project, and by the way, that road was funded 100% by DOT. At first they told us they couldn't do it, then they said they'd do 75%. And then our local representative said, well, we don't have any money, so they agreed to do the other 25 with federal funds. So it was 100% funded by the federal government. Once that was completed, then we really started moving forward with extending the runway. The original runway was 4,000 feet. To be a regional airport, you got to have 5,500 feet, which we tried to get, but we couldn't stretch it that far. So we got 5,000 feet. A little over 5,000 feet actually. With the overruns, it's about 5,500 with the overruns, but those don't count. So anyway, it's a 5,000 foot runway, and it's 100 feet wide. It used to be 75 feet. We now made it 100 feet wide. And so right now we're capable of handling any kind of corporate aircraft that's around that come in. We've had big Gulfstream 550s in here, and that's about as large as you're going to get in corporate aviation. We could handle the small, you know, smaller twin-engine type jets the airlines use, but we're not. That's not in the future. But anyway, it's capable of handling just about anything now. And of course, to get that type of aircraft in here, you've got to have the facilities, you've got to have the approaches. So we've added our lighting system is state-of-the-art. It's all brand new. In fact, everything out there is within the last several years is all state-of-the-art, brand new. All the lighting system is new. Come out there some night. If you've never been out there at night, just look at the lights when they're all lit up. Looks like a real big airport. It is. It's beautiful, actually. We've got, let me just see. We extended the runway. We repaved the other runway. Fortunately, we have another runway. It's a smaller runway, but it's really needed, especially in the springtime when we have these real strong winds, because the smaller aircraft would not be able to handle the big runway. So we're still able to operate even in some really bad adverse weather. So like I say, we got new lighting system. We got approach lighting system. And one of the greatest things we've added here in many years, or in the last couple of years, was our weather reporting system. It's an AWASH 3 reporting system, which you